Imagine if one day your own mother became your greatest enemy and you had to kill her. Friends, today's story is exactly like that. This is the story of dangerous parasites that crawl into humans' ears and take over their brains. They turn them into bloodthirsty monsters. So, the story begins at an ocean where we see some strange and terrifying creatures. Slowly, they emerge from the ocean and start moving toward the city. Meanwhile, the scene cuts and we see a couple sleeping. Everything seems normal. Then suddenly, a parasite crawls over and enters the man's ear. He screams in pain, but within seconds the pain disappears and he falls asleep as if nothing happened. Now the camera shifts to the main hero of this story, Shinichi. He is carefree, listening to music with earphones in his ears. Then another parasite comes toward him and tries to enter his ear. But fortunately, because earphones are in his ears, the parasite cannot get inside. It tries to enter through his nose, and just then Shinichi wakes up. Terrified, he throws the parasite hard away and tries to hit it with a nearby book. But before he can finish it off, the parasite bites his hand and enters into it. Shinichi's fear had now turned into a terrifying reality. He panics and wraps wires around his hand, as if somehow he could stop this strange thing. Hearing his scream, his mother comes into the room and asks, "What happened?" Shinichi says, "Mom, there is something inside my hand." But when his mother looks, his hand appears completely normal. The next morning, even during breakfast, Shinichi tells his mother that something is wrong with his hand, but his mother reassures him that he is probably just overthinking. Now the scene cuts to the man into whom the first parasite had entered. He stares at his wife strangely, and then his mouth transforms into a terrifying monster. Before his wife can realize anything, he eats her alive. Meanwhile, Shinichi is going to school with his friend Satomi, but Satomi notices that Shinichi's behavior has changed a lot. It's as if his hand doesn't obey him. Even accidentally, he touches Satomi in the wrong place, which makes Satomi angry. Strange things also happen in class. When Shinichi bends down to pick up a fallen eraser, his hand stretches out and grabs the eraser. Even while playing basketball, he stands far away and throws the ball straight into the basket. Seeing all this, Shinichi is caught between fear and astonishment. At home, he starts searching the internet. Then he sees that an eye has grown on his hand, but as soon as he looks closely, the eye disappears. Terrified, he considers cutting off his hand, but then his hand transforms into a scary, alien-like creature. Shinichi's fear reaches its peak, but the next moment, that creature takes on a cute form. Shinichi asks it, "Who are you?" But the creature doesn't answer. We understand that it cannot understand human language. Gradually, the parasite begins to learn the language, and Shinichi realizes that its real purpose was to control his brain. But the earphones saved his life. Now the creature lives only in Shinichi's hand, and control of that hand is no longer with Shinichi, but with the parasite. Now the story reaches an even more dangerous turn. Shinichi angrily tells the strange creature in his hand, "I will cut you out." But then the creature speaks, "If you cut me out, your hand will go with me." It calls itself Migi and promises, "I will not harm you because my life now depends on your body." Gradually, Migi learns human language, and his relationship with Shinichi begins to turn into friendship. But amid this friendship, chaos has erupted in the city. Those people into whom parasites have entered are now openly preying on humans. One day, Migi suddenly drags Shinichi into a restaurant. He says there is another parasite nearby, and as they enter, they encounter a horrifying sight. A man lies half-eaten on a table, and a parasite bent over him is drinking his blood. At first, that parasite thinks Migi is a companion, but as soon as it realizes Migi has not taken over Shinichi's brain, it attacks. Its head splits into 4 terrifying pieces, and it lunges at Shinichi. But Migi saves Shinichi at lightning speed and severs that parasite's head from its body. Now Shinichi understands that this fight is not just his, but for all humanity. Bodies are being found in the city one after another. The police are bewildered about who is behind these bloodbaths. No one except Shinichi knows who is eating people in the city. Shinichi asks Migi, "You must stop the other parasites. Killing humans is wrong." But Migi's answer shakes him. "You are human. For you, it is okay to kill animals for food. For us parasites, how has killing humans become wrong? We get hungry too, and our food is humans." Now this question is not only to Shinichi, but to you as well. Is Migi right or wrong? Tell us in the comments. The next day we see Shinichi at a school function. Then Migi senses that there is another parasite here like them that has taken control of someone. Then their principal calls in a new teacher, Tamiya. Migi and Shinichi realize that Tamiya is that parasite, and Tamiya, using her parasite science, understands that Shinichi is also linked to a parasite. Then Shinichi approaches Tamiya. Tamiya says, "Do not fear me. This Tamiya parasite is completely different from the others, and it loves experimenting. It even impregnated its body with another parasite to see what a child born this way would become." Then Migi asks, "What are you doing here at the school?" She replies, "I just want to live like normal people." Then Tamiya and Shinichi go to another place where two more parasites are present, a high school student, Shimada, and an officer, Mr. A. These two have joined Tamiya and say that to survive, parasites must live together. That's why we formed a parasite network where we share information so we can hide among humans and kill and eat humans daily. Tamiya asks Shinichi to join their network as well, but Shinichi says, "I am not like you. You are all monsters." Then Tamiya says, "If you do not join us, do not try anything against us. Otherwise, I will destroy the entire school in 3 seconds." This frightens Shinichi a lot. Then all the parasites scare him and leave. One night as he returns home, Shinichi encounters Mr. A, and Mr. A has discovered that the parasite killed in the shop that day was killed by Shinichi and Migi together. So Mr. A attacks Shinichi to kill him. Migi fights Mr. A. There is a fierce battle between the two. Migi guides Shinichi, and Shinichi drives a steel rod in Mr. A's body. Mr. A dies, and Shinichi realizes he has killed someone for the first time in his life. But the real horror is about to begin because Mr. A's parasite was not entirely dead. It emerges from his body and moves into a new host, not a stranger, but Shinichi's own mother. That night, when Shinichi returns home, Migi warns him, "I sense a very powerful parasite nearby." Shinichi steps outside and sees his mother coming through the gate, but her head is no longer human. Migi says, "If you don't stop her, she'll kill you." Shinichi trembles with fear. He cannot raise a hand against his mother. But the next moment, his mother's head opens up terrifyingly, and she stabs Shinichi in the chest. Blood-soaked Shinichi falls to the ground, and his mother walks away. The next day, a shocking twist occurs. Shinichi is completely fine, as if nothing had happened yesterday. In fact, Migi used its cells to heal the deep wound in his chest. But now Shinichi's only thought is to find his mother and eliminate the parasite hiding inside her. He searches everywhere for his mother, but neither she nor any trace of the parasite is found. Meanwhile, Migi has begun to understand Shinichi's emotions. One night, Migi tells Shinichi a shocking thing. "I need at least 4 hours of rest every day. This sleep can come at any time, and if a parasite attacks you then, you will have to fight alone." Shinichi is scared to hear this, but his anger grows. Meanwhile, another major threat has arisen in the city. A parasite has taken over a politician's body. His intent is clear: to win the election and rule the entire city. Now the scene shifts to school, where Satomi introduces Shinichi to a new student, Shimada. Everything seems normal, but during painting class, a girl jokingly pulls a hair from Shimada's head. The next moment, the class falls silent because the hair continues to move even after being pulled. Everyone becomes convinced Shimada is also a parasite. And then, Shimada reveals his true form. His head transforms into a terrifying creature, and he attacks all the students in the class. The entire classroom turns red with blood. Shinichi rushes to the scene on hearing the noise, and as he steps inside and sees corpses everywhere, he is terrified. He somehow manages to save Satomi and get her out. But Shimada is not finished. He heads for the school roof. Shinichi quickly climbs to the roof of a nearby building and transforms Migi into a bow. He then fires a spear-like rod with such force that it pierces Shimada's body and kills him. Now the story takes another turn. After that horrific classroom incident, Tamiya gives Shinichi Mr. A's address. Shinichi immediately goes to that address without wasting time, but fate plays its part. At that exact moment, Migi falls asleep. However, before sleeping, Migi transforms himself into a lethal weapon so Shinichi won't be alone, and then the real fight begins. A deadly fight breaks out between Shinichi and Mr. A. Despite occupying his mother's body, Mr. A attacks him like a ruthless killer. Shinichi is badly wounded, but he is not one to give up. Finally, he finds an opportunity and decapitates Mr. A's body. The victory is bitter because with Mr. A, his mother is gone forever too. Shinichi is completely broken inside, but now he has only one goal: to destroy these parasites. Meanwhile, the story takes another dangerous turn. The parasite that had taken over the mayor's body and run for office wins the election. Now, his plan is to control the entire city. Meanwhile, a detective team launches a special mission called Human Life Protection, created to hunt these parasites. The story doesn't stop here. Another mysterious parasite named Goto enters, who may be the leader of all these parasites, and we learn that Tamiya and the mayor are in cahoots. In the movie's ending scene, we see Shinichi meet his friend Satomi at the hospital and take an oath. He vows not to rest until he eliminates these parasites one by one. And then we see a secret detective in another building watching them, taking a photo of Shinichi with Migi. Friends, this was Parasite Part 1, in which Shinichi's battle with Mr. A ends, but the real war is just beginning. If you liked this story and want to see Part 2's crazy battles, write next part in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, like, share, and subscribe to the channel because the real fun is yet to come.